research, inspiration. Some awards. Let's see. Over here, I'll describe it. It's like extra base parts, so like pipes and tubes and springs and wires, straws, Kotobukiya weapons. There's miscellaneous. Oh, look at that! It even says weapons right there. Just all I've been collecting. Like that's a gun projectile, and then bladed melee, and figure kits. All the Machina Krieger figures, Machina Krieger extra parts, and then resin kits up at the top. And then my massive snap pile that I've got to deal with at one point. This was just to get. It was just to get them out of boxes. This over here, 3D printers. This is my first one I had, the Creator Pro from Flash Forge. Still works great. Sure, it's definitely out of date, it's quite old, but works for what I need. Then Photon S, which again is, I think they're discontinuing the S, so I've got, it works great for now, but once it craps out on me, I guess I'll have to figure out something else. A nice clean station there, got my UV light in the back. Clean up everything. Not really an organization for how they're completed over here, they just kind of hang out. I mean, obviously all the Machina Krieger go together. Master grade up at the top. Master grade and the master grades of HG master grade. The master's big, you can see. Real grades. Oh, Sazabi legs. Where's your body? Oh, I'm over here. Oh, what are you doing sitting on those? Or real grade. I find a better place for all these, make better use of these shelves. All my metal parts over here, springs, copper, just stuff I've been collecting. This, I love this one because that's full of water slides. Like this is all kinds, every kind of water slides you want. I like them and I have them. I want them, I need them. I have every option. These are a lot of extra detail parts I gotta go through. I don't want to pull them out right now, but here's extra tools, cutters, stuff like that. A lot of real grade. I think this one's all just real grade extra parts. Metal mesh. Digital calipers. A bunch of mess. And so, yeah, more sanding paper. I haven't figured out what I want to do with this yet. I was having this hold sandpaper before, but maybe I'll actually have it hold runners now. Hey, so I'll do a little bit of a quick desk tour. I might get to the paints and all that stuff in a second, but I'm just going to show you what I'm working with most days. So I got an old soldering iron here, and then an old waxer for heating up and melting parts when I get around to it. All my glues, epoxies, kind of overfilling there. double stock on glue, so we'll never run out. Putty. Yum, yum, yum. Disposable brushes. See some of these up on my Amazon list, but I like having these around so I don't have to clean my brushes too much. Nice Q-tips, really small fountains. I use these to blend out the chipping. But these I'm having a lot of fun with. These little disposable brushes. Definitely see these on the Amazon list. I just put them up. I've been using them for the Gundam markers. Focus there. Yeah, they're just such a nice fine tip, and I keep reusing them. I don't throw them away. And always have Q-tips nearby. Decal station. There's all the maggots. Steel bar up here, and I just have all my tools up here attached a magnet, so I can just drop my go, saws, scissors, all kinds of stuff. My favorite drill. I got another tool rest in the back there, pliers, etc. Small bin parts, detail parts, sander, electron screwdriver, my wire bits, this pay, I can never pronounce it correctly, and I'm gonna never pronounce it right. Vise. Now I love this vise. I haven't used it that much, but worth it. All my tools that are always at hand, I can grab. Let's see. Oh, sandpapers. Always keep in these two bins right here until I wear them out. Tweezers, razor blades, X-Actos. I know that I have all the drill sizes for this. I just like having them in this, you know, just grab pink when I know it's 1 millimeter, blue, you know, dark blue 1.5, and then green 2. It's just, I like having I mean, they're a little bit more costly than just getting the drills and putting them in a pin device yourself, but it's kind of nice having that security of just being able to grab the one you need, you know it. Now, the staff lounge, it's kind of funny because I used to work at a place that did a bunch of signage, and they would just toss stuff like this in the trash, like full signs that didn't quite meet. Maybe there was like an error or something on it. It was like a staff lounge, like break area, like all stuff that costs money, and they would just throw them out. But and then you know, my placard when I worked on Teen Wolf, season 2 through 6. That was my in the shop for all that, running silicone for all those wolves. Put files in one place here. Media station. Oop, can't stay on there. Don't have to pay, even though I guess I'm representing them right there. I have my iPad right there hooked up. Rest of the super glues, Sino, and then my sprue putties all just sitting there, getting all nice. We got extra clamps. I do like having all my nippers right here on this little rack, and then I have my wire benders there. My nice pair of diagonal cutters, really good hole punch. Dennis, why do you keep showing up? I was really happy to find that card. I haven't found it. It was lost in a bunch of stuff. Spare drill bits, some God hands. These are the micro, real tiny drill bits there. Ooh, break those off real good. I got one in my thumb a while back. That was not fun. Because when you get stabbed by a needle, it's a needle. But you get stabbed by a drill bit, it's gripping. Super glue. Doing a little bit of clean right now. Extra razor blades, chisels. We need to start practicing that. Templates, photo etch. What do we got? What is that even? Oh, decal, more decal stuff. This is right, my decal dish, polishing, sandpaper for the sanding boards, my Mac log where it just build them and grab them as I go. Probably gonna be, which one's next? Probably a prototype. Be next. Maybe we'll go straw. Who knows? You tell me. And then I think it's just like spare files. I've been collecting files over years, depending on, more sandpaper. There's all the glass files, cheap ones until I got the Display one, which is still by far the best. Oh, lead tape. Don't want to touch this too much, but this stuff is great for little strappings. It's kind of empty right now. Usually I had more stuff in there, but I've been cleaning. Put some of the gloves and microfiber cloths down here. A lot of the sanding sticks I use all the time are here. Panaline, what do you call it? Stencil tape, masking tape. I'm gonna try to clear out all these. The backlog doesn't have a one area, like backlog here, backlog there, backlog there, backlog there. I'll figure out a better place for it down the road, but that's pretty much the workstation I got. I can finally now see how I adjusted the table there. The shelf used to be low like that. I can actually get my legs under it now. Well, that's it. Probably move on to painting station a little bit, unless there's anything else. Did I miss up here? More. I'm still cleaning these shelves up here, trying to figure out a good place for them, but a lot of times it's just so nice because I can just build a Mac kit, get it almost completed, and then I can just grab it and paint it. I've already, getting them out of the boxes, so I can make room for more boxes, apparently. The main painting area over here. I've been hoarding paints for a while, trying to figure out what I like, and now that I know I like lacquer, I haven't used a lot of these in a while, but it's always nice to have a good set of alternate colors, to use them in between, and sometimes I use acrylic lacquer and enamel, we use all the paints in one kit. Definitely use my enamels. I like having all of them sitting right there above my brushes, even though these are the brushes I always use, my little soup cans. Pointed detail, flat other. Paper palettes, love it. So that's how when you see me doing any chipping, it's just constantly dipping and wiping, dipping and wiping. Masking tape, more thinner dishes. Ceramic, like sauce dishes. Metallic lacquers, metallic and clear over here. The rest of the lacquers should be, like there's the grays and whites and black, blues, greens, RLMs, red, Gaia. All my thinners right up here in front of me. We got the acrylic thinners, lacquer thinners, a little bit of enamel. I haven't really dealt with up here much, but I got to go through all these old varnishes and just stuff I tried. Wasn't too happy with some of them, so they just kind of hang out up here. Lacquer, clear coats, salt, hairspray, stuff like that. Empty spot. Extra P Band-Aid. Like I said, the backlog is everywhere. I would probably need to figure out a single place to put it all, but then it will look too massive. If you spread it out, it looks a lot smaller, even though it's covering your entire shop. So these tools, clear coats, more Gaia, Got the markers down here, just moved those there last night, set them up for metallic and regular. Pastels, greases, extra chemicals on here, 99%. My butyl, love that stuff. Airbrush case, that was my airbrush case for work. A discontinued Dremel. This is one of my favorite Dremels. I really hope it doesn't die on me. The Noisy Cricket is what we called it in the shop because it looks like the Noisy Cricket from Men in Black. But love this Dremel. But again, discontinued. So I think as long as I can keep it alive, I'll be happy. Like I said, again, more backlog. Look at all that right there. Trash can. I don't know what else is interesting here. Oh, hey, look at that little guy. I'm working on you right now. Don't worry. You'll get your time. That's, you know, that's just the plastic. I mean, there's Gundam markers on. There's a little bit of dry brush. You know, the gold is painted. There's chipping, but I mean that yellow, that white, that's just the plastic with a little bit of a enamel wash on it to give it just a little bit more oomph. Pretty much that's all itself. Sometimes it's fun about the modern day kits with so much color separation. I mean, this was a simple kit. It was just white and gray, but you know, little changes. You know, there's no primer, no base on here. I just got right into painting it and assembling at the same time. I think a lot of the Origin kits can do that too, the Gundam Origins, definitely. So, painting area, pretty big. Makes it look bigger on the camera here. I'm very happy with the amount of space I have, but it is a little bit narrow. Here's my spray booth that I built. It's been working really great so far. That's some really nice. Let me get light on. There we go. Some pretty big blowers in the back there and there, running directly outside the garage. Some stencils, spare brushes. Masks, all my pre-mixes that I've been using, holding up really good inside those containers. You can see that on the Amazon list. Have them all there. I did a little bit of rework in here, put a couple baskets around. All my primers are right there inside. Some of the pre-mixes outside here, and then gloss coats, stuff like that. Trying to keep this table a little bit open for, you know, pulling out the ultrasonic cleaner and working with the parts before I paint them over here on the side so I can grab them easier. That'd be for the grays. I haven't figured it out fully yet, but got my painting sticks, gator clamps in there. Paint bottles, empty bottles, spare bottles. I know it says paintball, but I don't know why. Those are just the leftover containers on the inside from all the for the machine at Krieger boxes. I, you know, kept some of this up. Spare filters. Compressor sitting up on top. This is upholstery foam. There, ignore that. Upholstery foam here. I had to wrap duct tape around it because I started tearing it apart, but I like that because I can just jam parts into here on the top. And it's right above everything for them to dry. Everything. If anyone's got any stickers, you know, let me know. If you want to send them on over and add to the wall. It's pretty light in here right now. Got some great stickers already. But I like to fill it up. That side's kind of loose. Yep, so that's it. So there's the spray booth, main painting area. You go from right here, right to there. I've really been cleaning this one off. This is my mold table, vacuum form machine, evacuator, clay roller, all that stuff. So when I'm doing anything, I'll still do most of my mold work on this table, a little bit more space, but you know, measure out my components here. There's my air, not compressor, vacuum pump. Huh. I could not remember the word for a second. So it's not a compressor, it's my vacuum pump. So vacuum pump to my 5-gallon from smooth on when I need to, but for the most part I've been just using this little guy, much smaller, much easier to work with. You can look at the Amazon list so you can see that there, or find a cheaper one, or build one yourself, but be careful with that. Vacuum form machine, again, on my list, very cheap version though. It's not ideal, but the only way you're going to get really good vacuum form machine is spending too much money, and you don't need it. It's really just, I have some experiments I'm going to be doing with vacuum forming parts. This clay roller, I got that from Alibaba or AliExpress, but this thing is great gear driven. Roll out all kinds of clay. Then all my components are just right down here: releases, resins, mixer, oven, and then my silicones right down there. So I'm able to just do all that work right there. And forgot was my mold shelf. I moved it out of the way. So what I have is just a large, like, baker's rack. What I'll do is I'll have all my molds just sitting there. Pull them out. And back in. So a lot of these are from just recently for the mold making. I'm sorry, model building. But some of them are still from work, places like that. Little shins from like Raptor SAFs. I only had one, and I wanted to put the knees on the Desperado. Back vent from the Raptor. Just molds and molds and molds. We'll have to go through that one. Oh, I don't think I ever showed this. This is my molds of the Dread. Was it 2015 Dread, the Keith Urban, the Carl Urban Dread. I got components for the armor there, back. I got the shoulder, chest, segments. Need to clean them out, a little dusty in here. I need to run masters of those again. Bunch of Dread badges in here. That would be fun. And that's pretty much it. This is what you can do with all the different mold videos. There's some of the pre-mades. Go there and watch some mold videos. Hopefully it'll help you. So really recently I just put this together. It matches the normal house tool bin, but we can put all my expendables, mold making materials across the top, you know, expendables, sponges, stir sticks, cups, brushes, all that kind of stuff. So I can use for both, you know, for model making and mold work. Cups. Then I have my, you know, spare resin prints, maybe failed, maybe not. Have some of the, you know, from Wave and Kotobukiya detail parts in there. Old Gundam builder parts. this bin. Poly caps. You know, you always have poly caps left over, right? Well, I saved them all. And old car parts, model kits. I got a lot deal on them a while back, and they are insane. More for the boogie of weapons that I got to deal with. Spare castings. So this is all just when I was doing, you know, out of my molds, just running resin in them. You know. Some are failed, like this one's a little bit failed, it's thick, it's split, but so for the most part, not terrible. Yeah. Still be used. A lot of stuff in here can still be used. Oh yeah, there. Spare parts, whether I just haven't built the kit or not, or it's just easier to put them in here. Come in here and grab it. Love that sound. Dig through. I want something. The tool bin. Tool shelf. So I moved the photo booth to over here. What it is, I put some half-inch pipe up over and attached my wide, what do you call it, sunshade here. So basically I can just drop this down when I need it, you know, have it go all the way out when I don't have my lights up on the table. I can roll all the way out here, and then I've got my, you know, photo booth is down. Want it up and away? Away it goes. Get some nice clamping space for my lights. Still figuring out what needs to be done down here, but got all my camera materials here. And thank you so much for watching. You're watching the workshop tour video, and I hope it was interesting. It's a little long, I'm sure, but I hope you enjoyed a little peek behind the curtain. Instead of just a bunch of close-up shots of my workstation, now you can see kind of the pulled back behind everything. So thank you so much. Bye.